All right, let's dig into something that I think a lot of us can relate to, feeling totally wiped out all the time, even though we have access to more food than any other time in history. Today, we're going to break down the big ideas from Dr. Stephen Gundry's book, The Energy Paradox, to really get to the bottom of our modern fatigue problem. So let's jump right in. You know that feeling, right? You've eaten, you're full, but you're not energized. You're just tired. You're basically living in an all-you-can-eat buffet, but you feel like you're running on empty. So what on earth is going on? To figure this out, let's look at this incredible comparison. On one side, we have the Hadza people in Tanzania. These are modern-day hunter-gatherers, living a super active life. On the other side, you've got your typical modern desk worker, who's sedentary for most of the day. You'd think their energy burn would be completely different, right? But, and this is where it gets really weird, scientists found something that just didn't make sense. That's right. Even with those massively different lifestyles, their total daily energy use is almost identical, which leads to the big central question of this whole thing. If the desk worker isn't using all that energy to, chase down dinner, where's it all going? Well, the answer has nothing to do with physical activity. It's about a hidden, invisible war that's raging inside our bodies, a war that is quietly stealing most of our energy. And this is the energy thief right here, chronic, low-grade inflammation. You can think of it as a silent fire, just smoldering away inside you. Your immune system is constantly on red alert, and keeping that alarm blaring 24/7 costs an absolutely colossal amount of energy, leaving you feeling completely drained. This idea completely changes how you should think about fatigue. It's not a weakness. It's not a moral failing. It's a message. It's your body sending you critical intel saying, hey, our resources are being diverted to fight this hidden war. It's a signal to listen, not just to push harder. So if there's a fire, where is it starting? Well, for most of us, the source of this constant, energy-sucking inflammation can be traced back to one specific place, your gut. This is ground zero. Imagine your gut lining is like a super secure border wall. It's supposed to be really picky about what gets through, letting in nutrients, keeping out invaders. But when that wall gets damaged, that's what we call a leaky gut, things that shouldn't cross the border start leaking into your bloodstream. And this, of course, puts your immune system on permanent high alert, which fuels that silent fire. Now, according to the book, there are three main troublemakers. First, the leaky gut itself is the problem. The wall is breached. Second, you have things called lectins. These are sticky plant proteins and stuff like grains and beans, and they can act like little crowbars, prying open the seals in your gut wall. And third, these things called LPSs, which are basically little pieces of bacteria. When those slip through the cracks, your immune system goes into overdrive, and you feel the result as pure exhaustion. Okay, so that's the battle happening in the gut. Now let's zoom way in, down to the microscopic level, inside your actual cells, to see how this leads back to that overfed but underpowered feeling. Let me be really clear here. You're not actually running out of fuel. You've got plenty of it coming in from your food. The real issue is a massive system-wide traffic jam happening inside your tiny cellular power plants, your mitochondria. It's this gridlock that stops the fuel from ever becoming energy you can use. Dr. Gundry has the perfect analogy for this. Remember that classic I Love Lucy scene at the chocolate factory? Your mitochondria are Lucy and Ethel. And the constant flood of calories from our modern diet is the conveyor belt that just keeps speeding up. They can't process it all fast enough. So what do? They start shoving the excess calories into storage as fat. And the results of this cellular chaos is, honestly, it's staggering. When your mitochondria get overwhelmed like this, a huge portion of the food you eat, something like 85%, doesn't get turned into energy at all. It gets sent straight into your fat cells for storage. And that is the very heart of the energy paradox. Your mitochondria are so busy trying to deal with this emergency overflow, shoving calories into storage, that they can't do their main job, which is making energy for you. So you end up stuck in that vicious cycle, feeling exhausted, yet gaining weight. Okay, so that's the problem. It sounds pretty bad, I know. a body on fire with inflammation, and power plants stuck in gridlock. But here's the really good news. There's a clear two-part battle plan to fix this and take back your energy. We have to fight this on two fronts. It's actually pretty simple. First, you have to put out the fire by healing your gut. You have to seal that border wall. Second, you have to clear up that traffic jam inside your cells. And you do that by changing when you eat. So for step 1, healing the gut, you focus on feeding the good guys, your gut buddies. That means lots of prebiotic fiber from stuff like asparagus and leeks. You want foods that help create postbiotics, like broccoli and cauliflower. And you add in resistant starches, like a sweet potato that's been cooked and then cooled. And, just as important, you remove the stuff causing the damage in the first place, those high lectin foods. Now, that second part of the plan, timing your meals, works because of a really cool biological principle called hormesis. It's basically just a scientific way of saying what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. A little bit of the right kind of stress, like going without food for a while, actually signals your body to get tougher and more efficient. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's a strategy often called time-restricted eating. You just compress all your meals into a shorter window during the day. For example, maybe you only eat between 10 in the morning and 6 in the evening. That gives your body a full 16-hour fasting window every day, and that's where the magic really starts to happen. Because that fasting period, that's what gives Lucy and Ethel their break. The conveyor belt finally stops. This gives your mitochondria the time they desperately need to clear the backlog, clean house, do repairs, and get back to their primary mission, cranking out powerful energy for you. The gridlock clears up and your energy comes roaring back. So the ultimate takeaway here is a really powerful shift in thinking. We're always trying to add more things to get more energy, more coffee, more supplements, more food. But what if the secret to feeling energized isn't about adding anything at all? What if it's just about removing the internal obstacles that are draining you dry? It's a fascinating thought to end on. Thanks for checking out this explainer.